taken down. Obviously takes a while on that pistol round, but they still prefer to keep that open, and Poppy gets taken down immediately. And then there's a follow-up in mid as well.
Just on both sides all of a sudden, and that's just Talon being able to kind of sneak through.
And I love that it's going to be Primi on that tail. The more I think about it, as we see, it's just a slow creep out, but it's a double, kind of distracting Darian, and that's all. The Cypher trip's gone as well. Just a fast hit onto A site. And just 2 people, never mind, it's just the round done right there, and rid of that wall as soon as possible. I love the salvos right into vents as well. This just destroys any control over mid.
And straight into vents as well, but unfortunately it's going to be Kelly's right around the corner. So once again, Global kind of aware of what's going on around mid.
Just a good block there, not being thrown off by the Yoru. Now, they haven't really explored the entire setup on B. Obviously, you see the stars, but that sonic sensor, you hear it now. Jitboy's going to wait for his team before they break it and go.
It's going to be quite tricky, especially if you aren't fully committing into this. All these stars are going to slow everything down, and it starts off with the gravity well. Global trying to fire on through into it. Crystal will be able to pick up the double now, and onto the last one, trying to fill in the gaps. It's just not quite going to work out. GE manages to put a stop to everything.
Just going to have to anchor. Crystal, does he wait, or does he go for a timing spam here through the smoke?
30
just
seconds.
going to hold.
Gonna wait, yeah, for now. Meanwhile, Darren's desperately on his camera trying to spot them out, definitely finding them towards the back of screens up. It's a little bit too late. It's all up to Crystal, who has to push up a little bit further. Now manages to take down Jitboys, and now trying to stay alive for the rest of the team to get back into the site. But look at Primi as well, though. You mentioned that utility, and he still has a very good opportunity to use it. Just waiting in case they do peek into him, but nothing found so far, and this confirms they are all inside of heaven. Primi creeps on through, but unfortunately crouched down. It's Poppy who sprays all of them down.
Had to just be one. There's no trade-off. You're ready in vents, and then there's the ground, and there's just so much delay.
Oh my god. Annihilation as well. Alongside the paint shells, the spam comes through. Yudotan in with a showstopper, but it doesn't quite connect. They're trying to push off of the space that they've gotten, and Yudotan unfortunately falls to Governor. Governor now pulls out his showstopper, but he's working against numbers.
Oh, it's all alone. I was going to say, I mean, at the very least, they drew out a lot of the ults from the Global side just to try to buy time if they can reset, but Governor was stuck, so the rest of the team of Talon tries to just buy time for him, and now he's the only one left. He's already used his showstopper, down to 86 health, trying to creep into the B site. If he gets a timing against Poppy, sure, but if not, this looks nigh impossible. And Poppy's just ready for it. He doesn't need to watch anywhere else because the rest of his team, is watching.
Like instantly you would have spotted out the barrel, you know, Governor went up to check heaven.
5-man stack. You've got Rolling Thunder, you've got Armageddon, you got to dump everything you can just to even get into the site. They haven't planted a spike in a long time, and Yudotan gets Governor with the paint shells again!
Just trying to set up for it now alongside this time. But unfortunately, with their teammates downed, you can't quite do too much with the utility. They're still trying to clear out ramps, and a bit of spam from Darren just to block things off out towards the exits.
And look at the fill onto the site from Global Esports. Because you had this trip over in heaven, they could buy time until someone arrived. And there's Kelly. Yes, he gets one. He plays it safe. Once again, extra delay until he gets more support over from the rafters. Now it's a double angle over on heaven. Talon is trapped right now by ramps.
Stall locked off. Might even be an effective crossfire, but a little bit of an angle, and Cruz is able to take one down, but straight back in. I don't quite know how he's going to work around this. The sonic sensor is still there, and Jitboy's right around the corner too. I mean, Poppy, excuse me.
Yeah, Poppy's just going to wait, but once he hears any sort of sound, any util, anything of the spike, it's got to be a creep out. He's going to play it safe. They're not quite sure. He doesn't want to take this 1v1, and this is so heads up from Poppy, because Cruz has to check. It's a 1v3. He needs an extra kill. Look at this angle. It's so hard. He saw the gun barrel, and Poppy absolutely outplaying the IGL of Talon.
So smart. Tried to go all in on some of these rounds, but Kelly S alongside Yudotan have been stopping them time and time again. Look at this!
Yeah.
The barrier mesh!
Oh no.
Oh, they managed to shoot it down though, so still able to slip on through.
He hasn't checked backside. He hasn't checked backside!
No!
He hasn't checked for Poppy! Poppy's still holding in the back of sight. The panic coming through for Talon paint shells, but he's going to skirt around it. He's still surviving. Crystal comes in for support, and now Talon scattering across the entire map.
Oh, and there's a little gap for Poppy to stay alive in, but still flushed out of position. Jitboy is able to gun him down. He's towards the back now. It's all up for Global Esports to try to come in with yet another retake. 2-on-2, Cruz out from Evan. Unfortunately, Jitboy falls. He swings, and that's Darian to pick up the double kill at the end of it. We end the first half.
So flash gone. That's a big part of one of those trap plays. Now that's knocked out for the pistol. Oh, Jitboys! Okay, gets 2 out of 3, but it's a big slowdown against GE's attack.
Still though, crazy individual performance.
Oh, and I like the group up here from Talon. They're not going to send everybody just because they want to know, are they heaven? Even if they plant A, are they all on site? So getting that information is good, but you have the numbers advantage, so staying grouped up to try to make sure that they can combat wherever the push is.
And also using the drone just for added measure.
They don't know about Darion. They haven't actually gotten into heaven just yet. Ban is able to save himself, though.
Just quick as well. Baramash trying to fend off stairs, but the salvos are going to stall and slow them down. Everyone from Talon already grouping up into the site. Sight lines being held as well. Yudotan going to try to play around the timing of it just to watch if anyone does peek out. But man, still being such a menace towards the back of sight. It's all down to Kelly. Yes, now the paint shell's in his face. Stunned up, but able to take down Primi at the very least. But then again, comes...
Does he give the angle?
30 seconds.
Jit Boys, he gets the kill.
Oh, but down onto the site, Primi falls. So Global able to flood down the site now. A little bit of screens pressure as well. Crystal up around the sides. Jit Boys with the Vandal now picked up, trying to create a little bit more havoc, trying to get a little bit more space for his team in with the Stars. Bricks it a little bit of down. Governor onto the Spectre, does a little bit more damage too, and Jit Boy swinging off the attention away, but then shut down by Kelly S. A bit of a spam through the screens, and unfortunately Cruz down to low HP will fall, and that is GE up to 11.
Trying to push them into heaven, right? You're saying, okay, the Yoru's behind you, where do you go? But now over in heaven, Governor's able to get that one kill as well. Gate crash, it's gonna be expired, and there's the fault line just delayed. Now you know with only 20 seconds left that GE had to make a choice. They're caught up, there's the gravity well as well. They're gonna try to fill the site.
I heard the time of it. Now you gotta worry about the back as well. GE, pressure's definitely on them. Trying to flood into the site, but look at the flash,
10
it
seconds.
is ready. Primi holding on the sight lines as well. Elbow blocked off, down to the site. That's Cruz in with second kill, Primi onto the other as well. And Talon manages to strike back.
Into one of the sites.
And G makes a thing for it. So straight into the A site, and instantly Ban kind of leaves it open. So a bit of a retake setup. The off shot does take one of the players down as well, so that's instant value too.
You have to hold on to screens because you don't have that barrier mesh anymore.
Trying to keep that there. Rolling Thunder, though, will connect into the site, but Jit Boys kind of avoids it. I mean, Poppy avoids it for now, so maybe a little bit of an opportunity. Udotan able to spam and spray through as they all try to push out off the Rolling Thunder. Now, it's all down to just Ban, and he's got the op, tries to peek out, but Udotan trying to go in for it. I mean, all three of them trying to go in for maybe the trade setup as well, right? Peeking off of each other, but the Boombot now comes out just to fend even more of them back. Peeking out of the cage, unfortunately, the timing of it all, it's just a setup for GE to react back into the utility that they sent through. Primi tries to stay alive into the corner, a bit of a one and done. He's able to get away with two, but it's still not enough.
Jit Boys still only a sheriff as well. See if he can get in range to pick anything up, but Poppy looks like he's ready to shut that down. Now look at the positions. I mean, GE all ready to just pick off these 1v1s. Over by Poppy. He's not looking. Jit Boys, does he find a timing? He does! Now a 2v1. 1v1 down to Crystal versus Jit Boys.
Just trying to hold it up around the spike. Inside of elbow, he peeks out, and that's gonna be the headshot just in an instant. 13-6, Global Esports ends the first map.
Really, really well played.